What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash said it. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,400 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this is possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. And yes, we're still living a bit of a quarantine life, and we're social distancing, but that doesn't mean that you have to social distance from food. All right. So I've got my friend Alicia from Lasto Foods today to talk about that awesome brand. Hey, Alicia.
Hey, how are you?
I am great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So, Alicia, how does the story of Lasto Foods begin?
So I worked I went to culinary school in Mexico City, and I worked in a bunch of restaurants over there. I stayed culinary school and then stayed for a while working in different restaurants as a cook. And then one day I just got tired of the hectic lifestyle of the big city and decided to move to San Diego and find something to do here. And so while being here, I cooked a lot, and my sister and I have always been very passionate about wellness and healthy eating, healthy food, lifestyle, etc. And so I used a lot of nut butters in my cooking, in my daily cooking. And in restaurants, we use a lot of squeezable containers for everything just because it's easier to pour, a dressing, an emulsion, a dressing, whatever you can, you put in a squeezable bottle. And so I started putting nut butter in squeezable bottles because I've always been attracted to, pretty plates and just like I like my food to look beautiful, and I wanted to get that perfect drizzle. And so I started using squeezable bottles for that. But then it was hard for me because you know how like a lot of the brands out there, they're very thick, and so they would get, like, the nut butter would get stock. And so it kind of clicked in that moment, like, why hasn't anyone done a squeezable peanut and almond butter? And so I started working on that. And my sister, she was working, she's a finance major, and she was working in finance. And I kind of needed her to help me, with the whole finance, administration, and all those things. And I kind of just told her, hey, I have this product. I think it'll be a good, it'll be a good business idea. It's a good business idea. And so why don't you help me? And so we both started working on this project, and we developed the product. And then, we launched a little over a year ago, and we're slowly growing, but we're getting there.
Yeah, that's amazing. So within this year of launching and really being able to kind of touch people, and to enhance people's kitchen, and all their skills and stuff, what would you recognize as the biggest challenge or hurdle as you guys are developing?
I think that the biggest challenge for us was just getting started. At first we knew nothing about food manufacturing, because I did work in restaurants, but food service is a complete opposite thing from food manufacturing. And so just getting out of that comfort zone and just starting, we literally started from nothing. And so I think that was the hard thing. We produced everything ourselves, and so production was kind of a hard part for us. But other than that, we've had I wouldn't say a smooth story, but I think production and just getting out of that comfort zone and just getting started was the hardest thing.
Gotcha. When did you realize that your product was actually making a difference in people's lives?
We kind of knew since the beginning that this was going to be a popular product because it's convenient, right? Right. And you don't have to get your spoon or your knife and churn around the butter. But I think that I never thought it was going to be this popular as fast. And just seeing people tag us on Instagram and on social media. And I love seeing pictures of like kids eating our butters, because we don't add any like conservatives, oils. We like the natural flavors are just almonds and peanuts. That's it. And so just like seeing kids, like we got one of like the biggest moments for me was we got a picture of a boy who had cancer, and the mom was like, he doesn't eat anything but your nut butter because he can't eat a lot of things. And so that was like super hard. Yeah. Like a big moment. And just like getting quality ingredients and quality products to people is just very fulfilling.
Yes. Wow. That is awesome. So we got the peanut butters and we got the almond butters. What is maybe something that you're working on for your next product?
So we have almonds and peanut butter, right? And we have a cinnamon flavored one, and we are in the next month going to release a new flavor. Yeah, so that's what we're working on right now. That's our next big step.
Gotcha. Last but certainly not least, what advice can you offer to any person out there that has an idea for something, but they're kind of scared and they're a little apprehensive in going on it?
I think that the first thing would be just getting the courage to just start. It's usually the hardest because there's a lot of self-doubt, right? Like even if you're super motivated, you're always like, there's always this question about like, is it going to work or is it not? But just like getting started. But, and also another thing I would say is that an idea, and I always say this to my team, an idea is worth nothing without impeccable execution. And so you can have the biggest idea in the world, but you need to be strong enough to get that idea to work effectively, right? Like one of the things for us was we wanted to, go to like big supermarkets, and we wanted to do so many things at the beginning, but we weren't there, like in the production part, for example. And so we had to wait until we were prepared for that. But yeah, like validating your idea is very important. Like no matter how amazing it sounds in your head, just like getting the product or the idea, like tell it to as many people as you can and listen to feedback, because it may sound great in your head, but maybe there's no need for that, Yeah. So like really validating the idea, getting started, and and just like getting out of your comfort zone and doing it.
Yeah, sounds good. Alicia, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much, Amy, for inviting me. It's my pleasure.
And let everybody know the best way to get in contact with you, of course, to get their butters and to follow you on social media.
Yeah, so our website is www.lastofoods.com, and our Instagram is just Lasto Foods, LASTO Foods.
I love it. Much more success to you and your team, Alicia. Keep it going. Keep pushing forward.
Thank you so much, Amy.
Yes, and thank each and every one of you guys for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.